Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk all about farming, specifically livestock farming in Zimbabwe. Today we'd like to discuss about Zimbabwe livestock farming projects you can start. So Zimbabwe livestock industry is a gold mine of opportunities, meaning it has a lot of opportunities in the livestock industry, ranging from small-scale ventures to commercial enterprises. Whether you are looking for quick returns or long investments, there's a project for you. However, for quick returns, you have to put in the work and also be patient, as well as to be prepared to part ways with quite a lot of investments. So in this video, I will explore profitable livestock farming projects you can start in Zimbabwe, including key startup costs as well as potential profits and key success factors. So now let's get started. Project number 1, we talk about poultry farming. This includes broilers as well as layers. You have to understand that this one is quite easy to start and also has low barriers of entry. You have to also understand that chickens or meat beds as well as eggs are also very high in demand. So basically there is a market for these. When it comes to broilers, you have to think around the turnaround period, which is around 6 weeks. Let's just say 4 to 6 weeks. And also it is one project with a good cash flow. So basically we have to learn about this and also learn the management aspect and understand the whole industry as well, and as well as the whole business. Now with layers, the key idea is about egg production. The good thing about this business is that it provides with layers, the key thing is that they provide a steady income. Key cost when it comes to this business of poultry is mainly the chicks as well as the feed, vaccines, housing, and also the cost such as labor as well as other miscellaneous costs. So basically you have to research into this. To maximize profits, the best thing you can do is to buy feed in bulk and also even establish a contract with local butcher or supermarkets or any other market to supply them. Project number 2, we talk about goat farming. So this business mainly include the rearing of goats for meat or milk. It's a low maintenance business with which has high demand in terms of meat. Basically, you have to establish a well-defined market for you to enjoy the lucrative profits in this kind of business. You have also to understand the breeds which are involved in this kind of business, ranging from the Boer breeds, the Kalahari Red, as well as Mashona, and also Matebele and other indigenous breeds. You have to understand that when it comes to goat farming, startup costs can include the goats, the original breeding stock or the original or initial stock. Then we can also talk about the shelter or the housing, as well as the fencing and veterinary care, as well as other costs such as labor and also transport and other necessary costs. In terms of the market, you have to look into abattoirs as well as direct sales is the most common, and also export potential. However, you have to research into this and also produce high quality goods. To be very successful in this kind of project, you have to consider crossbreeding local goats with also improved breeds, so that you have goats that have better growth rates and also higher meat yield, as well as well adaptable to the environment. On project number 3, we talk about cattle farming, either beef or dairy farming. So you have to understand that this kind of business is a long-term investment. It has high returns, but it takes time to generate a cash flow in this kind of business. And you have to understand also the breeds aspect, whereby you can have the Brahman, the Tuli, Mashona, and other local breeds, as well as exotic breeds, which are quite high yielding in terms of meat as well as in terms of milk. But they have the disadvantage of struggling when it comes to adaptation to the local environments. So it's something you have to think around and also think how are you going to manage them. Milk is basically high in demand. We import milk and milk products. Over the years we've been importing in Zimbabwe. So basically there's a huge gap which need to be filled. However, the cost of this kind of business include the feeds as well as the medication and also infrastructure such as cattle handling facilities, as well as other necessary infrastructure such as deep tanks and so forth. So in terms of the markets, we can think about the processors as well as the abattoirs and also butchers and also supermarkets. To be successful in dairy farming, it requires consistent feeding high quality feeds which promote high production, and also a proper breed selection, selecting a breed which is well adapted to the environment, and also a breed which is high yielding and also less costly in terms of maintaining it. Also consider crossbreeding for better milk yields and also adaptation. On project number 4, we talk about pig farming. The good thing about pig farming is that it has a fast reproduction, basically a quick turnaround. You are looking at about 4 to 6 months of return when you are doing fattening. Basically, here you are rearing pigs for meat and also for other purposes such as selling breeding stock. You have to understand the breeds when you talk about the large white, which is one of the most common, as well as the landrace Duroc, and also even indigenous breeds, though they are not used mainly for commercial purposes. And you have to understand the startup cost. When it comes to the startup cost, you can think about the breeding stock as well as the feed. Feed is the major component or the major cost when it comes to pig production. It constitutes about 80% of the production cost. So basically, it's one thing you have to control and also monitor properly. Then you can also think about the housing cost as well as the other costs such as transport and also other related costs. In terms of the market, you can think about the abattoirs. For instance, abattoirs such as Sari, they buy or they purchase from farmers, and also other abattoirs. You can also think about the butcheries, the local butcheries, as well as the restaurants and also supermarkets, as well as any other markets such as direct sales. So to be successful in this business, you have to ensure proper hygiene and also well knowledgeable about the business, and also properly define your niche, whereby you define what are you going to focus on. Are you going to focus on meat production? Are you going to focus on breeding stock, or are you going to diversify? And also think around biosecurity to prevent diseases, because diseases also tend to affect the business. So basically, prevention is better than cure. On project number 5, we want to talk about rabbit farming. Rabbit farming is a low-cost business with fast reproduction. The rabbits are most likely to be ready in about 3 to 4 months, and you also have to understand that these rabbits are highly prolific, meaning they give birth to a number of kids. So basically, it's a good business if you are interested into it. And we also have to understand the breeds. Basically, you can talk of the New Zealand White as well as the Californian and also the Flemish Giant. And we can also have to understand the market, whereby you can sell to restaurants as well as individuals, and also other markets such as local butcheries. Then, in terms of the advantages of this kind of business of rabbits, is that it tends to require a low space requirements and also a minimum feeding cost, whereby you can even supplement with the local available feed resources. The best advice for this kind of business is that you have to create a value-added products, whereby you can maybe focus on new or exotic products such as maybe rabbit sausages to increase profits, or even packaged rabbits as well as even dried rabbits is something you can think around and also a market so that you increase your profits. On business or on project number 6, we talk about sheep farming. So basically, sheep farming is one kind of business which is not very common in Zimbabwe, but it has a lots of opportunities, and because it is not done by many people. But if you want to do it, it's a business which you can reap profits, and also if you can even establish your own marketing channels. When we talk of these type of breeds or types of sheep's breeds, we talk about the Dorper sheep and even the Merino, which is mainly used in cold climates. Then you can also think about this kind of business because it is also quite profitable for meat or for lamb. It is one of the business which can be profitable. For mutton, the sheep meat, and also it is also a low maintenance and also high meat demand. There is potential for high meat demand from sheep. You can think about a direct sales to consumers as well as maybe local abattoirs and also even supermarkets. So the best thing you can do is to understand that you have to understand or to adopt breeds which are quite resilient. For instance, the Dorper breed, which grows very fast and also quite resilient, making them a great choice for Zimbabwean condition. On project number 7, we talk about aquaculture. With aquaculture, the focus is on fish farming, whereby we are growing either any breed or any species of fish. For instance, you can talk about tilapia or catfish farming. These are type of business which are ongoing demand, and also you have to understand that you require a water source high quality, and also available in high quantity, and also the cost of pond construction. If you have a direct market, in terms of the market, you can think about the supermarkets and also the restaurants and also individuals, even local butcheries. But however, if you put everything into perspective, the numbers as well as the management aspect and also other costs into perspective, you can be profitable. Basically, tilapia grows fast and has a stable market over the years, and also you have to start with small ponds before expanding to just test the idea, because these ideas sometimes they fail, so you have to understand that. On project number 8, we talk about beekeeping. So basically, this is one of the business or one of the project which has low startup cost because we have high honey demand. It also needs minimal space and management. Then in terms of the market, you can sell to retailers, even bulk buyers, and also there is an opportunity for export potential, especially with organic beekeeping practices. Something you have to learn about and also think about how you can manage it, and also how you harvest and how you handle the bees and other key skills. The best tip for this kind of business is that you have to use organic beekeeping practices to fetch premium prices, and even for export potential, this type of honey can have a high potential for high profitability. So it's a business which you can adopt and work on. On a key project, on project number 9, we talk about exotic livestock species, for instance ostriches. So this is a unique business or unique project, but profitable niche. Basically it's not very common, so basically you grow or you rear these ostriches for meat and also for other products such as their eggs and even feathers. So it's very essential that you research into this kind of business before you do them, and also you understand the marketing needs. The key idea is that this type of exotic livestock or this type of business are quite capital intensive. They require a lot of capital to establish and to even to purchase the original breeding stock, and but it offers a high returns, especially for breeding stock. Something you have to research thoroughly about and also understand the marketing aspect or where you are going to sell the final product. So in conclusion, Zimbabwe has endless opportunities in terms of livestock market. Whether you're starting small or going big, success lies in your research and also proper management as well as market access. Market access is one of the key thing for your success in livestock production. So it's something you don't have to forget about when you are doing your research. So which of these projects interest you the most? Let me know in the comments, and also don't forget to like and subscribe for more farming tips. See you in the next video.